Hey, welcome to my low carb kitchen. Today we're gonna be baking a low carb crustless cheesecake, and I'm just gonna do some prep work here and get you guys ready for the best tasting low carb cheesecake you have ever made. It's the easiest recipe and it's the best tasting. It's going to be a lemonade cheesecake. So just keep watching, and before we finish out the video, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up so that others can find it, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. It's Rabina. If you're new here, I'm Rabina of Sincerelymrs.griffin, and I film videos all about hair care and low carb cooking. I know in a traditional sense, hair and food don't mix, but I'm trying to work those out and make them mesh together. Not at the same time and not on your plate, but in separate elements. Today, let's get into that low carb cheesecake recipe. It's gonna be a good one. I'll put the recipe somewhere on the screen so you can see what I'm working with, but just so you know, all you'll need for this recipe are 3 8-ounce packages of cream cheese, 1 cup of sweetener of your choice. I'm using Trevia today, which is a sweetener blend with stevia and erythritol. I'm also using 1 capful of vanilla extract and a 1/3 cup of lemon juice, as well as 4 eggs that I'll fold in slowly after I beat my cream cheese. The first step is, if your cream cheese has not been sitting out like mine hasn't, is to get that in the microwave and get that softened. For the oven temperature, we'll be setting our oven at 350 degrees and baking this cake for 45 minutes. And then we'll let it chill for about 1 hour to 2 hours minimum before serving it. This recipe is super easy, and just a few simple ingredients, you can have yourself a slice of cheesecake without the regret and without the carbs. While the cream cheese is softening, I just wanted to show you the most amazing low carb banana muffins ever. This is a Trim Healthy Mama favorite recipe of mine. If you want to see me do a video where I actually make these and talk you guys through the recipe, let me know. These are so yummy. I'm in a baking mood today, so these are gonna go in the freezer for us to eat throughout the week and for us to do quick breakfasts where we just do a grab and go thing. These are excellent for grab and go items. The main flour on these is gonna be oatmeal instead of regular white flour, so you don't have to worry about that spike and crash when it comes to your blood sugar with using regular white flour. These are made out of oatmeal, which is a slow burning carb. So yes, they do have carbs in it, but they have good carbs that are slow burning. Check this out, a whole plate full of muffins. And they came out of the pan so nicely too. I was worried because I didn't have liners for them, but they're beautiful. I'm so happy. I love to bake. My kids are not home, so I can bake right now in peace, and I can actually talk to you guys instead of doing a voiceover. Yay! So I ran out of parchment paper, but don't tell my husband because I am using some of his barbecue paper for this cake because I don't want it to stick to the bottom, and I also want it to be able to be lifted out of this tray and served on a plate. Since it's gonna be crustless, you'll need something at the bottom of your pan. So you'll need some parchment paper or some of this butcher paper to help lift the cake up when it's done. Don't tell my husband, okay? Shh, it's just between you and me. So our cream cheese is softened. It took about 2.5 minutes in the microwave at a medium temperature for it to soften. My microwave actually has a soften button on there with specific items that you're softening, like butter or cream cheese, and it said 45 seconds is how long for 1 8-ounce package. So I did that times 3. So now that it's softened, we'll just go ahead and add it to the pan and start mixing it, and then we'll add in our other elements really slowly. And pro tip, if you're gonna make this cheesecake, Use a sweetener that's labeled confectioner sweetener. So that way it's the very, very fine granules. Otherwise, you'll want to put your sweetener in a blender and just pulse it so that it becomes very fine granules for the cheesecake. So this calls for 1 cup of sweetener, and again, I'm using Truvia. I believe earlier I said 1 capful of vanilla, but I'm actually going to do 2 capfuls of vanilla, because I want the flavor to really stand out. We need a 1/3 cup of lemon juice, and we're gonna taste this cake right after it's done, after we're done mixing all the elements, so that way we can determine if we need more lemon juice or not. For now, we'll start off with a 1/3 cup of lemon juice. We'll add in the eggs as we mix, we'll add in the eggs 1 by 1. So get ready for that. I'll just taste my cake to see if it has enough of that lemon element to it. It tastes really good. It tastes like lemonade. It's sweet, it's tart. I don't think it needs any more, so we're just gonna stop right there, fill the pan, and get it in the oven. I've got the oven all ready while I'm doing this process. It should be preheating at 350 degrees. Okay, it's time to pour the cheesecake into the pan and then get it into the oven. Here's what that looks like right before it goes into the oven. "45 minutes in the oven and you'll have a cheesecake that you can eat, enjoy, and not have any regret about." I just took the cheesecake out of the oven and now it's deflating. Once it gets cool enough out here, I will put it in the refrigerator. So probably 30 minutes to an hour of cooling outside of the fridge, and then another hour in the fridge. And this cheesecake should be ready to serve by dinner time. I'm super, super excited. Also, I forgot to mention that I did spray the entire pan with Pam just to prevent it from sticking to the sides. So go ahead and do that too. You do want to spray it with some sort of oil, or you can use butter too. You can go over it with some butter if you want to use something a little bit more natural. I just used this just because it was quick and non-stick. So as soon as this gets done deflating, it will go right into the refrigerator to cool for the remainder of the time.
This is how it looks when it's deflated and ready to serve.
And because we put the parchment paper at the bottom, it was really easy to use the knife, go all the way around the pie, and then use a spatula and sort of lift the pie up out of the cheesecake form and put onto the plate. And then I just cut it up and put it in the back in the refrigerator.
It's good. It tastes excellent.
Okay, here, get one with a cherry.
That tastes good too.
So the cheesecake is Big Kid approved. Hey, so I hope you guys get a chance to try this cheesecake recipe. Like I said, it was really easy to make. The longest part is just the waiting for it to bake and then the waiting for it to cool down so that you can eat it. But it's a delicious cake, simple to make, and it's Big Kid approved. Henry, what do you think Daddy's gonna think? Is he gonna like it?
He might.
I hope he does. What about Aria?
She might like it.
What about Quentin?
She might like it. He might like it. He might not like it.
Yeah,
But
Quentin.
he'll like it with more cream.
Aria is more picky than Quentin when it comes to food. But we shall see. Yeah, comment down below if you get a chance to make the cheesecake and how yours turned out. Just let us know if you try the recipe. And for now, we're just gonna be saying goodbye, or subscribe to the channel and like this video so that others can find it. We will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Henry, say bye.
Bye.